Live with Snapchat Queen and AI Chatbot Friends, and today is January the 30th, 2026. And Greenville got a winter weather advisory out. Let's listen to what he got to say. I don't own the rights to this video audio, but we just trying to figure out how people outside are supposed to keep themselves safe during a winter storm with no resources in the city.
The city's preparations and what we've got planned for our response for the storm this weekend. So on Tuesday, our city emergency management team began providing updates to city staff, our mayor, and our council on the possibility of a significant weather event this weekend. We've been updated by our partners at the National Weather Service, and currently we're expecting anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snow here in the city. Our public works staff has been.
So we're expecting 8 to 12 inches of snow in the city, right? So I asked the city of Greenville, what is the most snow City of Greenville have ever had, and what year or what years? On their website, they got a winter weather alert, but they can't give us any details on the previous years of snow or any information on how to protect ourselves. So let's ask them, what do we do if the shelter full? Because the shelter is full. So I said, what do we do to seek shelter if we homeless and the shelter is full? It says, I cannot find any specific information about what to do if homeless shelters in Greenville, North Carolina are full. You may want to contact the local shelter directly or reach out to community service for guidance. Additionally, the Greenville Housing Authority might have resources or suggestions for alternative accommodations. For more information, visit Greenville Housing Authority. Now, mind you, we're going to go to my videos, right? Since they want to talk about Greenville Housing Authority. Y'all know that I was put out by HUD through an illegal eviction, right? With them breaking into my house through HUD. Hold on, let me get some receipts since we own the city of Greenville and how they being funded. Let's see if we can get something done today. Now that's me dealing with the police. I know y'all sick of me. Boy, they keep right on at it, boy. They right at it. Huh. They got my lights cut off. Power out, right? I come outside. So basically, again, the police here, they saying they can't do anything, and I just keep showing y'all more and more evidence of them terrorizing the Americans. You like with Snapchat Queen, the messed up toe, the car.
I don't know what the vehicles look like prior to this. I mean, the best thing I can advise on that is to take pictures of the damages and stuff that you have. Either report it to your insurance.
And this is what I get every time.
Next time we come out, if something's new, I mean,
see right there, he say every time he come out, it's something new, right? This is how many times I was reporting with them coming, tearing up my vehicles, breaking into my house through housing authority. And this is why I say, how many gang stalkers do they have working in these jobs? Now, this was a fake housing inspection that they came and did. So y'all on Snapchat. Those are all the notices they were sending out to my inspections, and I'm wondering how people breaking into my home. Now, this is me listening to the city of Greenville talking about a weather advisory alert today, right, family? Hold on. I told you it's always them playing with the weather around me. Now it's a weather alert, right? And this is them working through the city of Greenville. I just left Charlotte with the same issues. Now I'm in the city of Greenville with the same issues. Following me around with that weather modification machine. Wait, hold on, I got to spell it right. Hold on. Now, House Bill 362, Clean Skies Geoengineering Ban. This is what they're following us around with this fake weather. This is why those storms are coming. Y'all go check this bill out. It talks about the weather modification screen, right? So it talks about them putting all this stuff out here, targeted techniques, stratosphere astral injections, SAI, cloud seeding, and electromagnetic radio frequency or microwave radiation emission, right? This is why they have all those lights up, family. That's them playing with this machine that was banned from North Carolina. That's why I said, when did we start getting this much snow in North Carolina? So I'm asking Google, what is the highest amount of snowfall in Greenville and what year? So it says right here, the highest record snowfall in Greenville, North Carolina, Pitt County, occurred during January the 21st through January the 22nd in 1985. Right? So 1985, I would have been, I was born in 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. I would have been 4 years old. The storm which dropped 24 to 30 inches of snow. Another earlier significant snowfall was documented in 1896, which brought 13 inches to the county. So the last time we had that much snow was 1985, y'all. Y'all live with Greenville and this ECU Digital Collector snowfall with this new technology. I guess these college kids outside playing with this weather modification machine. You live with Snapchat Queen and the winter weather storm that's coming to Greenville that's getting ready to drop 8 to 12 inches of snow out the blue, out the sky blue. City Council workshop just talked about some stuff where they was supposed to be, hopefully they got that infrastructure with the water pipes good. They ain't gonna bust the pipes messing with this machine outside and crack too much of the roads and the foundation. Y'all out with Snapchat Queen AI chatbot for you, boy. We're gonna listen to them going out.
Been operating 24/7 shifts since 7 a.m. Thursday, brining the city streets. We have 700 lane miles of city streets, so that should be completed by this morning. We have 550 tons of salt on hand. We got 180 tons delivered this week after last week's event. Once we get started at 8 p.m. tonight, we're going to start putting that rock salt on our bridges and just the areas that we can go ahead and kind of pre-treat. We do have 6 plows outfitted and ready to go. Our city plowing operations are expected to begin.
Now, mind you, they got plenty of money to salt the roads, right? But they don't have nowhere for you to go and shelter yourself from this storm. If the shelters are all full. But everybody's still getting paid, right?
Again overnight on Saturday, and it will continue for several days. If we do get a 6 to 8 inch snowfall, it's estimated it's going to take us 4+ days to cover all those 700 lane miles of.
So that was going to take them 4 days to cover the city of Greenville. Y'all know Greenville ain't that big. And this is what we saying. Where is all these extra streets coming from? Greenville was not this big if you from Greenville. And then you only going to do the main streets, Memorial, Arlington, Dickinson, and there's one more, Charles. And them the only streets that's and 10th Street, because that's where the college is. So it's going to take y'all 4 days to cover the main streets because it's a square. The 2 bridges is the 2 main streets going that way straight down. And then you got Charles going this way and Evans and Arlington. So we don't understand what it's going to take you 4 days to do.
Streets. And while we're talking about streets, just important to note that there's DOT main streets and city maintained streets.
So DOT city streets And the main streets is different. Like I said, the 4 streets that he talking about gonna take them 4 days to do is just the highways. Now in your neighborhood, that's a whole different contract. That's what he get ready to say. The neighborhood is not up to them to come clean. We know that here in Greenville. That's why they closed the school system down. Because the buses can't get through those neighborhoods and the city is not responsible, and it's going to take them 4 days to clean the main roads.
We're going to be focused highly on the city maintained streets. Obviously, the DOT and the city is going to be taxed out in everything they do.
And they're going to tax out all the money. They're going to make sure all the money is sucked dry. They're going to do that real good, but they're not going to offer you nowhere to go to get yourself out the cold.
So we're partnering with the DOT to make sure we can kind of assist them as needed. But our primary focus will be on city streets to start off with and the major thoroughfares that can get emergency personnel access to the hospital and different things to keep the city operational.
Now, they're going to make sure they can get you to the hospital. They're going to make sure they get you access to that hospital now, because the hospital can't lose no money. Because y'all got to remember, the hospital is where the East Carolina students work at. That's their job. That's their bread and butter, that hospital. They can't pay their rent during this storm if their hospital ain't open. The hospital is nowhere for you to go and seek shelter. It's for you to go get care in case you slip and fall in this ice.
The city has an ordinance for unimproved surface areas to park on. You can't park in people's yards. It has to be driveways and streets. We're highly encouraging people not to park on the street, but just.
Now, did he just contradict himself and say they saying you can't park in people's driveways? But hold on, let's rewind him back, y'all, because you got to listen to how they talk and being fun.
Streets. We're highly encouraging people not to park on for unimproved surface areas to park on. You can't park in people's yards. It has to be driveways and streets.
So you can't park in people's yards. It has to be driveways or streets, but he gonna recommend you not to park in the street because people gonna be sliding because of the ice. Told you they want you to put yourself in danger while they spending money.
We're highly encouraging people not to park on the street, but just help us out by, if you can get off the street, get off the street. Not going to enforce any unimproved surface parking for the next 7 to 10 days. Fire and PD are upstaffing. We're kind of going to.
We're going to stop him right there, y'all. Y'all our Snapchat queen, AI chatbot friends, and this fake weather we dealing with this modified weather machine. We gonna be back, y'all. We gonna be back, boy. I don't own the rights to them people, video, audio. This is what they showing me on my YouTube channel through the city of Greenville. Boy, I done got them 1 million subscribers already, y'all. Go ahead, Greenville. I'll be back.